Hey everybody. Happy Wednesday, friends. Jody Brechbill here. I am live in my stamp studio. So some of you guys may be on YouTube. Some of you guys may be catching me on Facebook, but wherever you are, come on in and say hello. Let me know that you guys are here. That always does help me know that everything is streaming correctly whenever I see some of my phone friends come on and visit me. So it is Wednesday and I am always here live with with some stamping for you guys. And this time we're going to do a Just Cards class. This is actually a class I do in person. So we held this class yesterday. And then I come online and share with you guys what we created so that no one feels like they have to miss out, even though you may not be close to me. So we are going to jump right into fall and we're going to jump right into stamping because I actually have got a jet here pretty soon because I have a dog that has a vet appointment. And so I need to head over to that. So we are going to work with the Autumn Leaves bundle here. This is on page 42 and 43 of our holiday mini catalog. And we're going to play with this bundle right here. As much as I love this designer series paper, and trust me, you guys, it's gorgeous. If you do not have it in person, hold tight because it should be coming back in stock. It was a runner, as they call it, which means they had ordered plenty that they thought would take everybody through, and it went ballistic and even sold out twice, actually. So it is coming back. Just hang tight. It will be soon, but I am actually just going to work with the bundle since that's what I had available to do or to work with. And also just a little quick update is that my monthly creative escape is focusing on this as well. So those of you guys who are subscribers, you will be utilizing this in your monthly creative escape for October. And I'm going to give you some sneaky peeks. That actually starts, registration opens tomorrow. You can either subscribe or you can just grab the class if this is one that you love. And so I'm going to share that with you guys here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get started with some of our Just Cards today. So we're going to start off easy peasy mac and cheesy because my Just Cards class is exactly that. It is an easy class. It is perfect for beginners and those who just want to add some cards to their stash. And so we're going to use Very Vanilla, and we'll fold that to make our card base. I will put the dimensions for these cards in the description later on today. So if you're watching on the replay, make sure you say replay when you're catching this video so I can always come back and visit with y'all. But I do put the dimensions in. So if you guys want to create these cards at home, you don't have to rewatch and take notes. You can actually just go into the description and find the dimensions and make them yourself. So we have got basic black and we have got Crumb Cake as well. Make some room here. And so, as I said, easy peasy mac and cheesy, right? We're going to grab ourselves a Memento Black ink pad and the stamp from the Autumn Leaves stamp set that says with a grateful heart. So hello, friends. So glad to see you guys on. Welcome, welcome. I hope all is well with everybody. We're going to stamp this right down here in the corner. And ahead of time, I did emboss this with the Falling Leaves embossing folder. So this is actually one that had been in a catalog. It went dormant for a little bit, and now it is an online exclusive. So yes, we still have it, but you can find it in the online store. It's not going to be in print anywhere. So it's not in a catalog or on a flyer, but that is the Falling Leaves embossing folder. So you can find that online. And we're going to add this to our basic black. I told you this was easy, right, you guys? Cannot get much simpler than this. Stamp and emboss, yeah? And then we have just a tiny little smidgen of that layer. So it's like a 1/8 inch. You can always make them bigger. Some people like a 1/4 inch, and that's okay. Sometimes I want just a little bit of color showing. Now I have the Very Vanilla and Black Gingham. So this is a ribbon that's in the mini catalog, in the holiday mini. We have black and white gingham in the annual catalog, and we have black and vanilla in the mini, and it's a little bit thicker. I really, really like this ribbon. Very nice size to work with. Loving it. Tack that down a little bit here. Good morning, everybody. Oh, we've got Tamra, Lori. I think Betty's on. I saw her name scroll by quickly. So glad you guys are joining me. We are jumping right into card making today because I have to take my dog to the vet as soon as I'm done. So that's why we're kind of rolling along here. So if you guys are joining, you can always go back and watch the replay. So what I did was I just took the little extra of that ribbon and I'm going to tie a knot. If you like a bow, absolutely tie yourself a bow, but sometimes knots are a little bit smaller and go through the mail just a little bit better. Trim those edges off. And then I'm going to add some bling, right? Because everything is better with bling. So I have got some sparkle dots here. These are some sparkly gems from our annual catalog. And I'm going to go with the black. So I think that'll look super pretty here. Just for a little bit of sparkle on there. The silver would probably look good as well. So just a couple little gems on there. And there we go, you guys. That is as easy as it can get. Love, love, love that card. We're going to work ourselves up to a little bit more involved here. All right, so that's card number 1. Get everything for card number 2. All right, so this one has a little bit, I might change this one up a little bit. We'll see how I feel. Sometimes I like to go off topic, right? We are going to work with white and Smokey Slate today. So we've got our white there. Got that. Get all my pieces and parts ready. All righty, now let's go ahead and fold for our card base here. And I have a piece of basic white that's just going to go right on our card base. I also have a piece for the inside, but I'm not going to glue that in just yet. There we go. Now ahead of time, I took a piece of white and ran this through one of the embossing folders. I don't remember the name. I want to say it's like Stripes and Splatters. So it's got a nice striped pattern. Either side works. So it's kind of dealer's choice on this one, whether you feel like you want the debossed side or the embossed side. Either way works. So we're going to add that to a piece of Smokey Slate. I do know this is one of the little embossing folders. It's like one of the 3-inch wide ones, and it comes in a pack of 2. One has stripes and one has splatters. All righty. Thanks, Tamra. I love it too. I think it's just like if you need to make some nice, quick, grateful cards, this is one. I mean, just beautiful. You could doctor it up a little bit if you feel like you needed to maybe like emboss in the black. That would be pretty. So you could kind of bam it up a little if you need to, but I'm a simple gal. I like to stamp and not spend hours and hours doing all this tedious work. I want to make some pretty cards so I can send them to my friends. All right, so there's our card base with that cool embossing folder. I've got this circle, did that ahead with stylish shapes. Little bit of gray there. This might be what I'm going to change. Oh, I didn't show you the card. There's your card. Now, the one difference in this one is I cut the wrong paper. So this one is done in gray granite. And when I went to cut for class, I cut Smokey Slate. Not a huge difference, but you definitely can tell that the leaf will be different with the ink. So let's stamp our leaf here. And I may have to run and get my stamp cleaner. It's over on my counter because we're going to use this leaf on another project and I do need to clean it. right? So we have got a Smoky Slate leaf. This is kind of a what we call monochromatic card that I'm only using one color. Now, what I think I want to change is I'm going to stamp I'm thankful on here, but I want to change it. I'm going to do it in black because I think it stands out just a little bit more than the Smoky Slate on Smoky Slate. So let's do I'm thankful on there. And we'll see what we think after. Okay, we need that for later. Now we need to cut out our leaf, so we're going to wake up our baby boss. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I normally do a lot of this stuff ahead of time, but I needed to stamp first. So you're going to watch me do a little bit of work here. And sometimes I know that this baby boss does sometimes cause some problems for people. And I think I'm going to tape it down just to make sure that it stays still. And then I'll show you one of my little tricks. So because we don't have a magnet, if this is moving around on you a good bit, I just use a little bit of washi tape or even painter's tape. Just be very careful that you don't use something that has too strong of an adhesive that rips your project. So taping it together so that the die is taped to the paper can be helpful if it's moving around and kind of giving you some fit. Sometimes you just have to show it who's boss. So let's go ahead and run that through. And then I'm going to tell you, I've told this tip before, but just in case you're new here, you do need to hold on because this baby boss weighs like 0 pounds. He is light as a little feather. And so when you're sitting and trying to run it through, it does want to move around because it has hardly any weight to it. And so you do want to have a good hold on it, give some pressure there while you're running it through. The other thing that you'll want to do is offset your plates. So if you can see how mine are offset a little bit, that helps the little wheel that's inside there grab it rather than having them totally even. Just have them offset just a tiny little bit. And that is a big tip that can really help if you're struggling with getting the plates to run through. Sometimes you're turning the handle and it's not grabbing the plates is what I hear. That's probably the biggest complaint that I hear from some of my Stampin' friends is I keep trying to turn it and it just won't grab the plate. Try that offsetting technique and see what you think. So, hey friends coming on. Thanks for joining us today. It's great to have you guys on with me. We are falling into fall right now. It doesn't feel like fall very much at my house. It's kind of still a little of that humidity stuff and getting up into the 80s in the afternoon. So we're definitely not quite into the cool weather. Added that circle on with some dimensionals, and then this leaf is going to be put on with some pop dots. There we are. So I stamped that in black because I feel like it sticks out just a little bit more. I'll show you. I don't have a sample here. This sample actually is done in gray granite, so it's a little bit of a different color, but the tone on tone with the Smoky Slate I wasn't feeling it, you guys. I was not feeling it. So I'm just going to notch that edge, just do a little bit of an angle there and put a dimensional here on the end. Little adhesive there. And you have a very, very simple I'm thankful card. So you could add some twine to this if you wanted to. I'm going to add a little bit of bling with, I just had it. I think I'm going to still keep using this. I'm going to use all these sparkly gems. So we're going to go with the silver sparkles. I feel like it should come down here somewhere. There we are. So a little bit of silver bling on that one. So easy peasy, right? Name of the game for this class. All right, stepping it up a little bit more. And I need to grab my cleaner. All right, let's clean this one off because we're going to use it again. And let's take a moment because I told you guys that the Autumn Leaves bundle is going to be my creative escape for the month of October. So if you're a subscriber, you're going to automatically get this class shipped to you. If you want to just grab the one class, you absolutely can. If you want more information on how to become a subscriber or how to get this class, check the description of the video. I'll put a link in there for you guys. But let me show you what is going to come in your class, your monthly creative escape. First of all, you're going to get some of the linen thread. You're going to get some in color gems. These are gorgeous, you guys. We're going to get those. You're going to get a 1/4 pack of the oxidized copper, which is stunning. Love this. There's one that has like some pretty peacock, and then there's one that's just kind of all different copper. So shimmery and shiny. So get a 1/4 pack of that. And you're going to get 1/2 a pack of the new tartan foil designer series paper. Now this is a 12 by 12, so you're going to get a 12 by 6 pack. Okay. I cut it down just because it's so much easier to show on the video, and I have been using it so much that I have very little left. So it is tartan plaid on one side, and it is have a little bit of foil to it, copper clay, pebble path, and lost lagoon. Okay. Then when you flip it over, it's got the white. So again, copper, pebble path, lagoon with more white plaid. Okay. So you're going to get all of that in your class kit, as well as 4 cards, and you get to make 2 of each card. So let's check out these gorgeous cards, shall we? Lots of shimmer and shine on that one. Love this one here with the pebble path and gray granite, I believe. A little bit of a fun fold for this one. And of course, you'll have a tutorial. And then I think this is my favorite because I really love Lost Lagoon. It really does. It's one of my favorite colors. I was so glad that it came back. So you get all 4 of those cards, everything you need to make a plus envelopes and your tutorial. So you cannot lose. If you want to make some fall cards, you definitely want to sign up for my Creative Escape. Now, keep in mind, if you're one of my subscribers, every 6 months, you are going to get a goodie bag valued at $25 in product. So that is definitely a win-win. You don't have to worry about missing out. You don't have to worry about missing a sign up. It's going to come to you automatically. So information will definitely be in the description of this video. All right, so we've got some vanilla. All right, let me find all my pieces and parts here because there's enough in here to make 2 cards. We got pecan pie, vanilla, we've got vellum, we have got the gingham, and then we have some of these cutie patootie little leaves. Now I'm going to go back to my 9th grade biology days with Mrs. Grove, who was the scariest teacher I ever had. But I do know that these are maple and oak leaves. So because she scared the bejeebers out of me, I was always prepared for that class because she would yell and make you feel like an idiot. So if any of my local friends are on, if you went to high school or went to junior high with me, you guys know who Mrs. Grove is, because hell's bells, she was something else. All right, let's get stampy now. I'm going to grab I want a piece of scrap paper here to do all of these stampings. All of these stampings. Here's what we're making. I should show you that. There we go. Oh, somebody's sneaking a peek. MJ, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble if you're at work. All righty, Didi, let's get rolling, shall we? We need some pecan pie. No, we're going to start off with crumb cake. Crumb cake. Let's do that. And we're going to start with, that'll be our lighter shade. And we're going to stamp some of these maple leaves on here. Then we're going to come in with the oak leaf. And then we're going to go with this leaf that I will say I'm not sure about. So Mrs. Grove would be disappointed. I am not sure what this leaf is. At class yesterday, we thought maybe chestnut or maybe locust. But then we are also a global company. So there's a possibility that maybe this is a leaf that is not found in the US, right? Could be from another country. So we're just kind of adding these little guys on here and filling in the holes. All right, so we did that with the crumb cake, right? Next up, we're going to grab pecan pie that one of my gnomes put away. Hold on. Those little gnomes were in my office cleaning up again, and they put my stuff away. So these are the veins. So this is a two-step stamp. So I'm going with the darker color, and these are going to be the centers of the leaves. So they look, you can see where the veins come in and just kind of make them look a little bit more like the real deal, right? Now, if you didn't want to add those veins on there, you absolutely could leave them off, and they still are a very pretty stamp. But this just gives it a little added pop, I think. Okay, now we need leaves, veins for these guys. I've been having a good time playing with this stamp set. I have lots to show you. Actually, you guys can, well, I don't have my dates. I'm going to have to come back with you guys. I'm going to have a gratitude week in November, and I forgot to look at my calendar. But kind of, I do Valentine week, and I do Halloween week when we were here every single day and doing some stamping fun and having some giveaways and special offers and different things like that. So I will be doing that in November. And I'll let you guys know what the date is so that you can join me every single day for some stamping fun. And I'm going to do a lot more with this particular bundle because I love fall, y'all. I'm a fall girl. I love when it gets nice and crisp out. I love when the leaves change. I do enjoy my fall. So we're going to take this layer and oh, did I mess it up? No. There's probably some ink on there, and so I don't want to get that ink on what I just worked so hard on. Okay, add this to a piece of pecan pie, one of my favorite pies. If we're going to talk pies, that's it. Pecan is my favorite. Oh my goodness, did you ever do a small, what were you thinking, girl? You did a very small layer there for sure. All righty, let's grab some of this gingham here, and that's going to be our edging. Good morning, friends who are just coming on. If you guys have missed, we are actually on card number 3. You can go back and watch the replay for sure and see what you missed. All righty. Hey, Kathy, glad to have you here for the first time. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. I'm here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Ready for some stamping fun with you guys. So next week when I come on Wednesday, I'm going to show you my Creative Escape class. I showed you the sneaky peek here a little bit ago, but actually we will do the class together next Wednesday at 10. All right, so we're going to add this panel in the center. Very pretty, right? Such a pretty card. Now, is any of it hanging off the bottom? If it is, you can do a little trim I'm not too worried about it. Looks good to me. Now I'm going to add some vellum here, and that just kind of tones that down a little. Can you see the difference when you have no vellum to vellum? Just add that on there. Just tone it down a little bit so that the center that I'm going to put on kind of pops a little bit more. So because I am a stickler with vellum, I don't like to see my adhesive. So I'm very careful about where I put it. And I know that I'm going to do my leaves kind of in the center as well as my sentiment. And so I'm just adding some adhesive right there in the middle. So it'll kind of be hidden by what I'm going to put on there. Next up is our sentiment. So we're going to add that with Pecan Pie. I think I've said this before, but the only thing that would make our stamp pads better is if they were scratch and sniff. Like, I think that would be awesome. We would be sniffing those ink pads all day long. Remember those markers when we were little kids that had scents to them? And you always knew the kids that were sniffing the markers because they always had like a marker dot on the end of their nose. That would have been me. I was a marker sniffer. Don't care who knows it. All right. So let's find where Jody put her dimensionals because they're here somewhere. Oh, lick and taste. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe we would get in trouble if we were licking all the ink pads, huh? That would be funny. But yeah, we would have early espresso. Oh, it smelled like morning coffee. And what else would we have? Blueberry bushel, pecan pie, pumpkin pie. Just imagine. And yes, I have put that in the, said that to Stampin' Up before. You should make these scratch and sniff. That's not going to happen, I'm sure. That's a whole other ball game. All right, so there's our pretty sentiment. And that little stitched label comes right out of that same set. Super cool. So I'm going to add these little guys back behind here. So we've got one there and one here. Well, we might have to add some, let's add a little bit of adhesive to hold that one. There we go. I'll stick a dimensional right there. Then we'll have another one hanging down here. These are kind of, they're just, you know, little falling leaves. Doesn't matter where they go. I do want to make sure they're not sticking off my card though. So no biggie. You can put them where you like. Add one there. They just kind of make the frame around that sentiment. Oh, I forgot you. That's okay. We'll just, don't worry, leaf. We're just going to shove you right under here. There, act like you belong. Okay, now this one, let's go ahead and use the same gems, right? I have them out. So I think the gold ones would be pretty on this one. So let's do, because they actually are going to take on the color. And okay, look what I'm going to do, you guys. Here's a secret. Can you see my uh-oh right there? If I pull the vellum back, look it. I had a little bit of an ink splotch. Is that a word? Splotch. And I'm going to fix it. Fix it with a gem. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that for you, card. You look beautiful. Because a lot of times what I'm doing now, you guys, with a lot of my cards is I'm not putting embellishments on them as I'm making them because, you know, the inventory is a little tough sometimes. Is maybe those things sell out and go out of stock and I don't have them. So I've been kind of holding off and just creating my cards, and then I'll add the embellishments that I know that we have in stock. So I love this with the sparkle gems. All right, so what did we make today? For those of you guys who came in a little bit later, we did that one. We did this one, and we did this one. So that is our fall into fall class. This is just cards. As I mentioned, this is a class I do in person for my close Stampin' friends. And then I come on here for my long distance Stampin' friends and show you guys what we created. So make sure that you stay tuned Oh, I wanted to mention again, dimensions will be in the description of the video after I'm done. I got to run the dog to the vet though. Yeah, so that's where I take him back. I'll be able to like update the video and everything. So I'll give you guys dimensions so you know if you want to make these at home, it will be super easy for you just to check that, write down the dimensions, and create at home. And then come back next Wednesday because I'm going to be doing my monthly Creative Escape class live. Now, registration does open. I will put the link in the description for this class. So if you want to grab it now, you can. It'll also go out via email tomorrow and you'll start to see some posting on social media and all that good stuff. So I do this each month and I partner with my friend Connie Heisey and we provide these classes for you guys each month. And so we are using this one. 2 cards of each one. So it's an 8-card class. So we have that one. We have the fun fold. This one is my favorite. I love this one. Although this one's pretty too. It's hard to say. Plus in the class, you're going to get your linen thread. You're going to get your in-color gems. You're going to get a 1/4 pack of the oxidized copper paper. And then you're going to get half a pack of the tartan foil. This is new. This is one of our special offer designer series paper. And it's just stunning. It's very gorgeous. So check out those details, you guys. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's always fun to hang out with you a little bit. Thank you guys. I think they're beautiful too. And this stamp set is actually the whole bundle is stunning. But hang in there because that autumn designer series paper will be coming back in stock. So I know that's something that we all have been missing for a little while because it quickly sold out 2 times. Craziness. All right, my friends, have a wonderful week. And I will see you back here on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then I also am on YouTube Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a good one.